What a week for college football, man. I mean, it's just, I finally was able to regain some energy, but man, what a week for college football, right? My Crimson Tide barely survives against Auburn. Wisconsin loses to Minnesota right before the Big Ten championship game. Ohio State finally loses to Michigan after 10 long years. And now finally after this, 7 long years, Oklahoma State finally gets the W against the Sooners in Bedlam. So congratulations to the Oklahoma State. They absolutely deserve this. Absolutely deserve this win. For a second, you thought that they were going to choke away this W. You thought that when Oklahoma finally regained that momentum, when Oklahoma had the safety and then ultimately had the touchdown, which was, I think the result was like 33-24, you said to yourself, you thought to yourself, if you're an Oklahoma State fan, that hell, this game is over, because typically when Oklahoma State has these leads, Oklahoma finds a way to not only regain these leads, but they continue to just kind of expand upon it, and they continue to find a way to win. But the Oklahoma State found a way. They continue to fight against adversity. This is a team that's not the most talented team in the world. They don't have the best defense. They don't have the best offense in the world. But this is a team that continue to find ways to win. And ultimately, they put a lot of pressure on Caleb Williams, man. They put a lot of pressure on Caleb Williams. They were able to, their edge rushers were great. Were really, really good in this game. They continued to dial in some plays that can kind of confuse Caleb Williams, really frustrated Caleb Williams there. Wasn't the best passing night for Caleb Williams, but he was able to extend and make some plays, especially towards the end when he had that long 54-yard run, which I don't know how in the hell there is not one spy on Caleb Williams after the explosive speed that this kid has. But still, Oklahoma State found ways to win. They found ways to win football games. And this has been their season all year, right? They have not been the best football team in the world. They haven't really showcased that they are as dominant as Georgia is. But they continue, but just like Alabama, they continue to find ways to win. And ultimately, in arguably the most important game of the regular season, you not only beat your rival, you eliminate them from any type of contention for the college football playoff, right? If Oklahoma State would have had one loss, would have had like maybe 0 losses, and this was going to be their first loss, you're going to have to rematch them in the Big 12 championship game. So this game is kind of what would have been. It would have been sweet, but kind of meaningless. But no, Oklahoma has the loss on their record prior to this game. And again, not only do you beat your rival, you eliminate them from playoff contention. So this has got to be one of the sweetest victories in the rivalry history. This has got to be one of the sweetest wins to not only again, finally get that win in 7 years, but to eliminate your rival from playoff contention. That's got to be an unbelievable story. But yeah, guys, one hell of a game, and it's ironic that the game ended on a crawling sack. You would never kind of really see that in college football. But again, man, this day has been absolute just madness, I tell you, as far as just ranked schools, as far as just rivalries. I mean, you can throw records out the window for this particular week, man. I mean, rivalry week is on fire. And I am this is just an unbelievable season so far. And what could be crazy, guys, is that Clemson is eliminated from playoff contention. Ohio State is eliminated from playoff contention. And if Alabama loses to Georgia next week on Saturday, they're eliminated from playoff contention. And then you have Oklahoma that's going to be playoff contention. So four teams that normally makes it to the college football playoff are not going to be. Four of those teams, again, if you got to include Alabama in the mix. But again, 4 of those teams might not even make it. 3 of them are already not even going. So that's just absolutely amazing, man. I mean, people wanted to see something different. People don't want to see the same teams. You might get your wish. We might get Georgia, Oklahoma State, Michigan, and Cincinnati for the college football playoff. If you were to tell me that those 4 teams would have made it, I mean, Georgia, yeah, you can see them making it. But if you would have told me that Oklahoma State, Cincinnati, and Michigan would have made it to the college football playoff, I would have thought you were crazy. But that could be the reality in about a couple of weeks, guys. That could be the reality. But yeah, congratulations to all of the Oklahoma State fans. You guys absolutely deserve this win. Oklahoma Sooners fans, you guys played one hell of a game. You got yourself one hell of a quarterback in Caleb Williams. You do need to figure out what's gonna happen between Caleb Williams and, of course, Spencer Rattler. You need to kind of figure out what the hell is going on there, because again, I don't know if it's going to be a quarterback battle. I don't know if Spencer Rattler is immediately going to enter the transfer portal, but you guys kind of need to figure out that situation. I know that this was definitely a disappointing season. I actually had Oklahoma. I made a video saying that they were the most complete team in college going into the season because they finally had a defense. And for the majority of the season, they proved me right on that aspect. But the problem was that just too much inconsistency from this football team, and ultimately it cost them. It was a great game, nothing to take away from that. But in a way, it was a good season, but not a great season. These fans expected this team to at least win the Big 12 championship. They're not getting any of that. So we'll figure out what bowl game Oklahoma's going to be playing in. Cowboys fans have one more game, right? If they can beat Baylor in a rematch in Arlington, Oklahoma State is going to punch in their ticket to the college football playoff. So, yeah, once again, congratulations to those guys. Again, Sooners fans, keep your heads up. And, yeah, man, just an exhausting day of college football. But anyway, guys, Jan Sports, a.k.a. Jan716. I'll catch you guys in the later reactions, so definitely stay tuned for those, especially my morning recap. I'm immediately doing that because there's a lot to talk about going forward to championship weekend. Also, I will be streaming next week, Tuesday, probably, I would say Tuesday all the way through Friday. I will be streaming then, championship weekend. So if you guys have anything you guys want to talk about, also, again, we're also going to be doing, I'm also going to be creating my panel so you guys can come on the show and you guys can, give me guys your thoughts because I really want to know about that. So stay tuned for those. But anyway, guys, Jan Sports, a.k.a. Jan716. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Have a good night.